I'm actually going to go ahead and take this short. We're coming back underneath that 20 moving average, coming off those highs. Got a fill there of 797.4. Let's see, orders, exit orders looking good. We've got first target above that 200 moving average here on the 5-minute. We'll bring this second order down just a tad more to right above that. If y'all remember from this morning, and got that 50% retracement. Just basically the upper half of the first hour's range. So we're gonna want to stay right above that in terms of our second order. And our final entry, we're going to go ahead and drag that, as always, a little bit further out of the picture, and we'll play that with our stop. Obviously, we want to see this gain a little bit more momentum in terms of price to the downside. So we'll see if we can get this. We're at about 8 ticks. We're up about 8 ticks right now, but I'm just not sure we're in an optimal area here. Keep that at 2 contracts. If we get any further confirmation to the downside, and if we have enough time, excuse me, to the closing bell, we could think about adding to it on a pullback, but we want to see that definite confirmation of an extended downtrend before we try and add to that. But like I said, we're pushing the bell here. It's about 2:37, so we don't want to be we don't want to be adding too significantly if we do get that down move, if time doesn't permit. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's no use taking a full stop out on all 3 contracts. Right now we're coming into a time where we normally decide to stop trading. So just not looking to do that at this point. Yeah, I'm always looking to add to a position. I mean, say for example, we do knock out that, start knocking on the door of that second target. I mean, it just depends on how we get there, but sometimes I'll have a tendency to start playing the entire position with the stop, then adding to it. So say for example, we came down. I'm going to bring this away from, say for example, we came down here, tagged that 200, kind of bounced up a bit, kind of played around. There was enough time. Nothing says that I wouldn't add. I'll just box it out here. I wouldn't add to it. I'm not using this as an exact, but I'm just saying nothing says that I wouldn't add to the trade if we're able to get that to that bounce, and if time permits. I mean, like I said, we're at 240 right now. Adding to it, I'm just gonna have to see once we get down further down to these levels. Right now, I mean, we're just in the trade right now, and that's where we stand. I want to see that flush on this bar. We don't want to see this bar close with any type of bullish candlestick. So we want to see this bar actually extend lower. Hopefully we can see that bar extend down even to the 200 moving average, and then we'll get kind of a waterfall and kind of a continuation through that. Should take us out of our second target, our first target. Yeah, if we can get it, there'll be some momentum there. Just something to pay attention to. I know you guys have my chart there of the daily, the ES. What I want to see on that, and this obviously comes over here as well, is I want to see that candle, that daily candle, end a little bit worse than it is right now. So right now we've got about 15 minutes for that to happen. So if we can end not necessarily right at the lows of that candle right now, but maybe right above there, then everything on that chart should be continuing to work as planned. But like I said, I think this bar is pretty pivotal bar. We needed to get moving. So it kind of moved. Yeah, I feel like we're about to have a little bit of a flush, end of the day flush. We'll see what happens though. I'm not not 100% on that. Not sold 100% yet. Yeah, sometimes the stronger and stronger I feel about a position, the more likely I'm going to take off contracts, to be honest with you. um, just in that kind of something that's been developed just in time. I know that the more and more I feel one way, and if I start having those strong feelings towards any certain direction, I should probably bring down my contract sizes in comparison to increasing them. No matter right or wrong, it was a good decision. So basically I'm going opposite of my strongest feelings, the strongest gut feeling. I'm speaking of managing the trade. And we've got about 4 more minutes to that 250 mark. Hopefully we can see, like I said, that move down before then. It's normally our cutoff time, so I mean, obviously we're not going to exit the trade, but we'll bring our stops to lock in, or to whatever the case may be once we get to that time. Looks like we're starting to melt now, though. Kind of a weak bounce back into that 20 moving average. If you are looking at that daily of the ES, right now we're floating. Obviously, you can tell by where we're at in terms of the day as well, but right above break even. So if we get below that, that'll be a good thing in terms of the map staying together. Bad thing in terms of the overall market's direction. What I am going to do, since we only have 2 contracts here, I'm going to bring this contract right above that 200. 95.3. We just got filled. Nope. Yeah, we just got filled there. 95.3. And our stop, we can go ahead and bring it to right above our entry. You can see this little hook, this little weak bounce that occurred. I'll bring it over here so it's a little bit more clear. You can see this little weak bounce. This is our entry, where my cursor's at, and you can see we came down, found a little bit of weak support, bounced just a hair, so we'll keep it right above there at 797.6. Chances are we won't, just depending of course, but on what happens, but chances are we won't hold this until the close. This time period just kind of sometimes gets a little bit hairy, so not looking to do that, but we'll see what happens. We can easily be allowed the opportunity to just simply keep dragging with price and never have any real significant bounce, allowing us to pick up a few more points. We're pushing it right now. We're still floating around that break even on the ES. Want to see that obviously gain some momentum through there. Maybe we peek through, get a little momentum through, and then probably a snapback to around that break even. It looks like we want to stay at this formation. So about 2 points here on this last contract. Let's see here. Looks like we're getting some buying here. I'm going to go ahead and bring my stop down. Excuse me. Go ahead and lock in 1.8. We'll bring down to 795.7. Got a couple of factors here, but if we're going to get some momentum here, it should be quick and fast and not necessarily violent, but rapid. You could say rapid. So we don't want to see any more bounce out of this. Yeah, it's a nice bar. You know, if we're going to see any continuation, we're probably not going to see a bounce in continuation. We've got about 8 minutes to the regular session close. All kinds of things, like I said, can happen in that time. So we're just pressing the issue at this point. we've got time, we've got kind of bar. We're at a support level there at the 200 moving average on the 5-minute. But we could have, like I said, that flush right into that. Maybe even come into that second lower half of the first hour's range. So up about 23 ticks on this final contract. And we've locked in about 18 ticks, I believe, or 18 or 17 ticks. So let's see. 17 ticks. So we're starting to see a little bit more weakness. Let's see if this continues. Like I said, we'll press this quite a bit with our stop. We're not looking to be a part of any type of dramatic snapback. Now we're right up against that 200 coming in, like I said, to that lower half of that first hour's range. Looks like we did get below break even there on the ES. And that's about 30 ticks, 29. Let's go ahead and start pressing it a bit. I'm going to bring our stop up here to 94.5. We're just going to keep pressing this all the way down. We'll go ahead and go 94.4. We just got stopped out there. I'm not too sure on the fill there, but it should be okay fill. And that's about it. That's it for the day. All right, guys. You have a good one. Yeah, we got that bit of a snap back from that. I guess you can call it 50% retracement. I think that's what it was. Just the first hour's high and low. Not something I necessarily look at in terms of entries. More a signal for exits. But nothing says it can't be converted for whatever you guys want to do. I don't know. It's just not part of my repertoire.